guys. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm here with the doctor again, so I'm hoping that everything goes well with me. All results are good, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.
Have y'all seen LaToya Jackson lately? Every year, someone from the Jackson clan gives us something to worry about. And right now, LaToya has everyone concerned that her weight loss is getting out of hand. Well, LaToya is now pointing fingers squarely at her father, Joe Jackson, for her current health struggles. Because, for some reason, she's still struggling to get over the trauma she endured even decades after his death. So what exactly is going on with LaToya? Let's get right into it.
What was it like at home?
It was very, very hard. My father was very strict. He beat us.
Well, when you say he beat you, did he spank you, whip you? I mean, what?
He had a belt, you say in the book. Belts, whips, whatever. My brothers were grown, and my father would take his fist and he would punch them and knock them down the steps constantly.
So a lot of people are complaining that LaToya Jackson has completely gone off the deep end with her weight loss. She looks more like a skeletal cartoon character than a healthy 70-year-old woman who should just be living and loving life given all the access and resources she has access to. Don't get me wrong, LaToya has never been a big woman, and she has always been the type to put effort into her appearance given how much of a beauty icon she was back in the 80s. I mean, you just had to be there, especially after she dropped her hit song Heart Don't Lie back in 19 Elderly. People couldn't get over how beautiful she was. And since being paper thin was in fashion, LaToya was always in the headlines whenever she stepped out. We've seen Janet go up and down, but LaToya has pretty much been the same except for now.
And now here's Ms. LaToya Jackson with an automobile message.
Get your hands on a LaToya, and you'll never let go.
Girl, the conversations around her weight have been crazy on social media, especially when you look at the current trend of celebrities like Ariana Grande getting scarily thin. Remember, LaToya is 70 years old, and the way she looks is generally not the healthiest for someone that age. And fans did call her out on it, saying, "One hearty cough and she gone turn into a protein shake." I don't know what's going on, Ms. Jackson, but you're in my prayers. By the way, you're as beautiful as always. Somebody please take LaToya to dinner. Now, LaToya has said in the past that there's nothing to worry about. She mainly follows a plant-based diet and eats chicken once in a whole. On top of that, she eats once a day. So when you combine that with the fact that she's basically a skinny legend, it makes sense why she looks like this. But all of LaToya's arguments quickly went down the drain after reports got out that she was rushed to the hospital for an undisclosed reason. She was discharged, and then 3 days later, she was right back to the doctor's office for another checkup. During the first go-around, she tried to dismiss it as nothing to worry about, since it's normal for someone her age to have some health issues. But when she had to rush back there a second time in less than a week, it was incredibly scary, and word is that the issues she's been dealing with really does stem from her eating habits along with her reported drug use. First off, if you've been following LaToya since the Jacksons got famous, it's pretty common knowledge that she's been anorexic on and off her whole life. While part of it had something to do with being in the spotlight and the general attitude towards thinness in the 80s and 90s, and LaToya's reported heavy drug use during her marriage to Jack Gordon, a big part of why she's still stuck with this has to do with Joe Jackson and the trauma he drilled into her head from a very young age. Joe Jackson was known for running the Jackson family with an iron fist. And even though the family may not always see eye to eye, they can all agree that it wasn't exactly warm or nurturing when Joe steps into the room.
To this day, they are still afraid of my father, and they will tell you. They come to me and they say, LaToya, we have kids in college and we're afraid of my father still today. But my mother allowed this to go on, which makes it so bad.
He was always nitpicking on their performance when the Jackson 5 were on their way to becoming icons. But once it was certain that his children were worldwide famous, he turned his attention to how they carried themselves and their appearance. And unfortunately for them, Joe didn't exactly equate having black features with looking polished and having the perfect image. He was constantly criticizing his kids' Afrocentric features, like their nose and skin color, and would nitpick if there were any changes that he wasn't happy with, including their weight. Michael Jackson even admitted that he developed deep insecurities about his appearance because of criticism he received growing up. And as the money came in, he made sure to change nearly every part of himself that remotely resembled Joe Jackson. Unfortunately, those same standards were forced on LaToya from a young age, and the fact that she was also regarded as the prettiest Jackson also added pressure on her to keep up and remain at a weight where she can always fit into size 0 clothes and help with the family's brand. Also, when you think of the colorism and Eurocentric beauty standards they had to endure outside of Joe and within the music industry, it would have been impossible for LaToya not to internalize it. And unfortunately, she did. So, as much as LaToya may have been okay with it when she was younger, we know how these things always play out. Even though Joe Jackson is long gone, the emotional damage is already done, and after living like that for so long, it's no longer something she can just drop. And with everything she's been through, fans are just hoping that she can finally get to the point where she's happy and healthy enough to just live her life, saying, "Their dad really messed them up. Wishing you health and positivity. No one should comment on other bodies because you don't know what they are facing, and they could be doing their very best." But what do you guys think about this? Sound off in the comments, and make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, baddies!